Hari Hari, Bhagavad Gita Teacher Certification, Module 3.1. Now we've come to the fourth Purushartha, or Moksha. This verse is Dasamrita Gita, number 8, Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 51. Karma jambuddhi yuktahi phalam tyuktva manishinaha janma bandhavimir mukta padam gacchantyanamayan. By thus engaging in devotional service to the Lord, great sages or devotees free themselves from the results of work in the material world. In this way, they become free from the cycle of birth and death and attain the state beyond all miseries by going back to Godhead. In this verse, there are a number of terms I want to highlight. First line, Buddhi Yukta. Buddhi Yukta means Buddhi Yoga. Krishna is talking about Buddhi Yoga. As early as the second chapter, Krishna immediately begins to recommend Buddhi Yoga. Krishna does not even mention the word bhakti until the seventh chapter. This is intentional and deliberate. We'll go over why Krishna does not mention bhakti until the seventh chapter in the next module. As early on as the second chapter, Krishna introduces Buddhi Yoga. He coins the term Buddhi Yoga, spiritual intelligence. And he recommends Buddhi Yoga as the way for achieving moksha. Third line we see Janma Bandha Vinir Mukta. To receive mukta, to achieve real liberation and freedom from Janma Bandha, from the bondage of birth and death in this material world, bondage of this material world, in order to achieve that freedom, that liberation, Krishna recommends Buddhi Yoga. Let's explore this. First, I want to tell the story of you and I, the story of all of us. So we arrive at the airport in this foreign country. We're on a business trip, right? We have some particular things we're trying to accomplish on this business trip. So we arrive at the airport, foreign country, don't speak the language, we don't know the customs, we are completely out of our element. But luckily we are given an interpreter or a personal assistant, a navigator to help us to navigate where we're going through the country, and a driver to help us get where we want to go. So these three individuals greet us at the airport, and we go to the rental car agency. We get a rental car, and we get a car that is suitable for the country we're in, the terrain, where we're going to be going. Is it high elevation? Is, gas mileage? Do we need a four-wheel drive? We get a suitable car for the task at hand, what we're going to be doing and what we have to achieve while we are in country. So the four of us, we get in this car, have the interpreter or our personal assistant, the navigator, and the driver. And we are the business person. You tell your interpreter, your personal assistant, all right, let's get going. We're going here. This is what we're going to do. Let's get started. Your personal assistant knows you best, has a strong understanding of who you are. He or she has the dossier. They know all about you. So they are suitably able to give your desires, state your desires to the navigator. Tells the navigator, all right, we want to go here to this particular place. So the navigator, also a native of the country, knows, okay, we've got to go left, we got to go right. The navigator knows how to read the signs, knows where they're going, and so on and so forth. The navigator tells the driver. The driver knows the car, knows the vehicle, knows what it can do, what it can't do. No, we should not go this way because I don't have tires that are good enough. And they work out a way to get to where you want to go. You're in the car, you're taking on this journey. Now, if all these individuals are working in harmony and in sync, then the trip is successful. You go where you need to go, you do what you need to do, you return back to the airport, you say goodbye to these individuals, and you get on the plane and you go back home. That's if everything is working in harmony. But say, for example, right, you arrive at the airport, get your interpreter, navigator, driver, you get in the car, and immediately you're trying to tell your personal assistant, your the interpreter of where you want to go, what you're trying to do. And the interpreter completely ignores you. The driver says, "No, I want to go to McDonald's." The intelligence, "No, I want to go to this restaurant is better." And you're sitting in the back seat thinking, "Wait a minute, that's not where I want to do. I want to go here. I need to go there. I'm trying to do this." The interpreter is ignoring you. You cannot make your wishes, your desires be recognized. Driver is making his own itinerary. He's planning with the navigator on how to get to the McDonald's. And the navigator, they're arguing. The intelligence, the navigator and the driver, they're arguing. The interpreter is ignoring you. You're trying to tell the interpreter what you want. The interpreter is just completely ignoring you and getting in this conversation with the navigator and the driver. This is our situation. We are, in this example, in this allegory, we are the business person. We arrive in country, right? We arrive in this world. We don't know. We are spirit beings. We are foreign to this land. The interpreter is the ahankar. This personal assistant, this interpreter is the ahankar, this ego. The navigator is the intelligence, and the driver is the mind. The car itself is the body, the physical body. If everything is working harmoniously, if the interpreter is relaying our desires to the navigator, to the driver, then they are able to carry us on this journey so that we achieve and accomplish what we're here to accomplish. This is the state of Jivan Mukti. We are in this world, we are going through this world on this journey of life, and we are able to go through this even when there are problems, right? There's a flat tire, we run out of gas, we take a wrong turn. If the Jivatma, we are the Jivatma, we are the business person. If we are masters of the situation, meaning our spiritual nature, our spiritual intent is being recognized and communicated, then we'll even find ways to navigate difficult circumstances. Running out of gas, running out of, if it's an EV, running out of electrical charge, flat tire. Because the itcha, remember itcha, the desire of The business person, your spiritual desire, your spiritual intention is being heard and followed. However, if the interpreter, if your personal assistant, the ahankar, the ego, is impure and does not relay your itcha, then what happens? The mind, which is the driver, the navigator, which is the intelligence, they become conditioned by their own desires, which is karma. As you can see now, it is all tying together. The driver wants to go to McDonald's. The driver has his own desires or karma. The intelligence thinks, no, McDonald's is useless. Let's go to, what's the other one? Burger Hut. I'm sorry. Pizza Hut. Sorry, I mashed together Pizza Hut and Burger King. So no, the intelligence wants to go to Burger Hut, a Pizza Hut, and the ahankar, your personal assistant, is just ignoring your pleas. That no, I'm not interested in either I'm not interested in either Burger King or Pizza Hut. I want to go here, different. I'm here to accomplish something entirely different. My itcha, my spiritual will, coming from my spiritual being, I'm here for this purpose. But because the ahankar is impure, the ahankar is conditioned, it is completely under the and influenced by the Arishadwadagas, by its own karma. Karma takes root in the ahankar, mind and intelligence. So what happens? You're essentially a hostage in the back seat on this voyage, on this journey. That is our condition. That is the situation we're in. The ahankar is not listening to us. The ego is completely in control of the situation. The Irishadwargas are completely in command of the personal assistant. The navigator and the driver, the intelligence and the mind, are completely chasing their own desires, karma, and our desire, our itcha, we are sitting in the back seat at the mercy of everything that's going on. Period. Now, unfortunately, the this picture, this allegory, is limited, particularly in that it makes us seem helpless. We are not. We have the ability to purify, to deal with our personal assistant. That's where the purification comes from. We have to gain mastery. We have to purify the personal assistant, the interpreter. When the personal assistant, when we have purified, so to speak, when we have chastised or trained the personal assistant, then the personal assistant, the ahankar, becomes clear and relates our specific intentions, untouched by the Arishadvargas. Our itcha, our intention, our desire as a spirit jivatma, as a spiritual being, becomes translated to the navigator and the driver without any embellishments, without any change whatsoever. Our intention, our itcha, is translated 100% to the navigator and the driver because we have mastered, we have purified, we have trained our ego. Our ability to then go on this journey successfully. This is Jivan Mukta. We're living in this life our spiritual intention, our spiritual nature is shining forth. And this what brings me to my next point. Svarupa. Svarupa means our own form, our own individual, the full manifestation of our spiritual nature. This is Svarup. It is our spiritual, unique, individual identity as spiritual beings. So, as a business person, we have a very unique, individual personality, nature, spiritually. And when the ahankar is pure, this nature, our swarup, becomes manifest. Yes, through the intention, our itcha, which is then translated through the ahankar in this world to intelligence and mind, navigator and driver. And the body, being driven by the mind and controlled by the navigator, following the instructions given by ahankar, which is listening to the jiva, our intention, and we are manifesting our spiritual sarup. What happens? We move through this world as jivan mukta. We are liberated even as we go through this world because all of these things are in alignment, are in harmony. And our spiritual nature, our swarup, becomes manifest. Our spiritual intention becomes manifest. Our spiritual nature. We don't go to the McDonald's because it's not our spiritual nature. Instead, we go to the Pizza Hut. Bear with me using these examples, but you get my point. Our itcha is to go to the museum. That is our itcha, our spiritual nature. That is our individual personal desires to go to the Museum of Science and Industry. It's a wonderful museum actually in Chicago, Museum of Science and Industry. Anyways, that's our intention, to go to the Museum of Science and Industry. The mind wants to go to McDonald's. The intelligence wants to go to Burger Hut. The ahankar is willing to go wherever they want to go and is ignoring our desire to go to the Museum of Science and Industry. This is the situation we're in. After that is all over, we have everything is working in harmony. We've gone through this life, we've gone on our journey, we return back to the airport. Janma, Bandha, Vinyar Mukta, and we return back home. We return the car to the rental agency. We say goodbye to our driver, to the navigator, to the in-country personal assistant interpreter we had. We get on our plane and we go back home. Vinyar Mukta, Videha Mukti. How can this be achieved? How does the living entity, the business person, how do we make sure that our interpreter is following our instructions? Brings us to the recommendation of Krishna. Buddhi Yoga. This is how we train up our interpreter to do as we say, to translate our words without embellishment, without change, and without commentary through Buddhi Yoga. Hari Hari.